Hello? Is anybody in there? It's really dark and hard to see, by the way. Like, I can't see a single thing in this room. Oh my gosh, what the hell is that? Hey, kid. Could I see what's in your iPad real quick? You know, just a little peek. Please and thank you. Okay, let's get a look-see. Okay, everything looks pretty normal. Oh, what?
Brr brr patapim, il mio cappello è pieno di slim. Nel bosco fitto e misterioso. Viveva un essere assai curioso.
Oh my god. Hey, so, do you know how bad this is for our environment? Like, do you understand the impact this is gonna have on us, a couple years from now? Oh my god. You don't! Oh my god! Just wait until I show you how bad this is for the environment. Oh my god. Stupid room. Why is it so dark in here? I gotta turn on this big freaking light. Oh my gosh. Oh, I gotta get my stupid PowerPoint presentation. It's so high up on the wall too, and I gotta pull down this freaking. There we go. Ping! Okay, where were we? Artificial intelligence has severe negative impacts on many factors of our environment, my first example of which being water, like the bottle I'm holding in my hand right now. Water is an important part of all of our lives, and we need it to live. And you might be wondering, how does AI consume water? Like, it's a machine. What does that have to do with anything? Well, it's their servers, or their data centers to be exact. They consume water actually in 3 different ways. There's on-site data center cooling, off-site electricity generation, and server manufacturing, but we're going to focus on on-site data center cooling. See, about these servers, they actually get very hot, and they need to be cooled down in order to not damage the hardware, which isn't that big of a deal because they use air cooling. What is a big deal, though, is facility cooling, which uses a lot more water. Facility cooling can use upwards of 300,000 gallons a day, which is the average water consumption of 1,000 households, which is a lot of water. And you might be wondering, why is this so important? You know, our whole planet is made of water, basically. Like, we have a lot of it. Why can't we spare some for these technologies? Well, the thing is, they're using potable water, aka drinking water, which there's only 1% of on the world. And one data center can use millions of gallons a year. I'll bring up the water bottle I mentioned earlier, but the thing is, there isn't just one data center. There are thousands, around 10,000 in total. And each of these can use up to millions, in total equating to billions of gallons of water a year on cooling. And that doesn't even include training or queries. On the topic of queries, each query or question can consume from 10 to 50 milliliters of water, which isn't that big in theory, but if you really think about it, GPT-3 averages around 1 billion queries a day, which makes the total amount of water consumption attributed to questions daily being around 13,200,000 gallons of water, equivalent to the water usage of 160,000 households. And that's not even mentioning the training, which on its own, for ChatGPT, evaporated 700,000 liters of water. My point with all of this being that AI consumes a lot of water, like I mentioned, billions of gallons a year, around 560 billion. And over time, this is just going to increase because of the increased integration of AI into our search engines, our platforms, and a bunch of other things. And while this is bad on its own, it can also lead to ecosystem disruption due to the high amounts of water being extracted from the environment. And you know what? That's not even all of it. We still have 2 more things to cover: electricity, energy, and carbon dioxide. The IEA released an article earlier this year in which they stated that data center energy demand will double by 2030, consuming around 945 terawatt hours a year. They attributed AI as the main driver for this change, and they also released that America has the highest percentage of data centers at 45%, and by the end of the decade, they'll be consuming more electricity on data centers than on aluminum, steel, cement, chemicals, and all other energy-intensive goods combined. An example of one such data center being a hyperscale data center, with one of them being able to consume as much electricity as 100,000 homes. And again, we haven't even mentioned the training or questioning yet at all. So ChatGPT, again, alone consumed 1,287 megawatt hours, which is equivalent to the electricity consumption of 130 homes a year. That's not even mentioning inferences or queries. Again, generating one image can use as much electricity as charging your cell phone. It's hard to find exact information, though, as big companies aren't too keen on sharing their information with the public. There are pretty accurate estimates, though. And you know what generating all this electricity is going to do? That's right, produce carbon dioxide. We already know why carbon dioxide is bad, but just in case you need a reminder, it traps heat in our atmosphere, which is one of the main causing factors of global warming. If you inhale it, it can make you ill, and the worst part is that it's everywhere. It's produced by everything. Now, the main producer of electricity is coal, which is burnt in power plants, and these power plants produce carbon dioxide. Powering a single model can produce 626,000 pounds of carbon dioxide. And training ChatGPT specifically produced 550 tons of carbon dioxide, which is the same amount that would have been produced if you were to take 550 roundabout flights between New York and San Francisco. Per question, it's around 1,000 metric tons of carbon dioxide produced per day, which is the same as the emissions produced by 217 cars. Now, do you understand how bad, how detrimental this is to our environment? Are you even listening?